We here at Angry Me Production want to thank our sponsor, Mobile Notary Mindy. She's certified with the National Notary Association. She's also bonded and E&O insured. She offers a wide range of services including wills, powers of attorney, medical documents, healthcare proxies, living wills, certification of trust, assignment of personal property, HIPAA waivers, advanced healthcare directives, and 99 verification. You can find her on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram at Mobile Notary Mindy. You can also visit her webpage at TexasMobileNotaryMindy.com. That's TX, MobileNotaryMindy.com. Thank you so much, and enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen of all ages, boys and girls, thank you for tuning in to yet another episode of Angry Me Production. We appreciate you coming in and letting us be a part of your lives, week in and week out. We hope to do our best to present you with something that your eardrums delight in. Whether you're looking at us on YouTube or Rumble, or listening to us on Spotify, Google, or Anchor, or any of the other podcast services that we are currently on or trying to get on, we thank you. And if you don't mind, at the end of every episode, stop by, leave us a comment, leave us a like. If it asks for 5 stars, we'll take 5 stars, even if you don't like us. 5 stars are what it's all about. With that being said, we hope you enjoy our attempt to make our advocation our vocation. Ladies and gentlemen, let the games begin.
Welcome, Angry Faithful. I have a special guest today because the person she actually wanted me to talk over, there is almost nothing here other than his court documents on Murderpedia. But it's her uncle that she wanted to go over. And he was the last person to be executed in Oklahoma through lethal injection.
Correct.
What do they do now? Are they just not murder anybody now?
No, I'm not really sure how long
Or
it takes.
execute, more or less execute, not murder.
They don't legally put people down anymore. You have to have like an act of Congress to be able to do that.
Oh, okay. So, we'll go over there. And we'll go over his first part of life because she's like the Wikipedia of that. And then we'll go over the crime that he committed. And this is actually over here in our area almost. I mean, there's Lake Arrowhead is probably around about, 20 minutes away
20
from us?
minutes from here? Yeah. They're from here, from...
Wichita Falls?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's another Wichita Falls hometown psycho. And go ahead and talk about his life, where he was born and whatnot.
Yeah, so I'm not really too sure on the very beginnings of everything. This was my mom's closest uncle. He actually refused to let her call him Uncle Randle. And
so was he
that
was
your
your great
brother.
He was your great uncle? Oh, okay. He was her brother, okay.
So, I was a child, I guess, when this happened. A lot of shit was kept from me. But apparently, 3 people went to rob a house in Oklahoma, and there were persons living at that address, and they went to go rob them and steal their money, and they woke up in the middle of it, and they killed everybody.
Hold on real quick. I turned off the mic because I'm getting a lot of reverb off your thing, so and we're back. All right. Go ahead and give me a sound check real quick.
Hey.
Okay, move that a little bit up. Close.
Hey.
No. Close.
Hey. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay. And you were talking about how your mom and your brother,
Not my brother.
or your
my
uncle.
mom. This was her uncle. So it was my great uncle, I guess you could say. Anyways, he was the one and the only one that got accused of all of these killings alongside with Johnny Gillum, who is still incarcerated in Texas. Basically, it was a drug-induced thing. They went to go rob these people, and it turned into a murder spree.
That guy?
No.
And I don't have anything. Okay, here we go.
There we go.
Going with the state of Oklahoma, 1984.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
So he didn't get accused for about 4 years later.
And he's sentenced to life imprisonment.
Correct.
Okay.
Triple homicide. Randle was executed for these crimes.
Okay. And we'll just go over crimes once I see it. Okay, there. The state president and a number of witnesses at the trial who implicated two other men, Johnny Gilman and William Starr Jordan.
Johnny Gillum.
Okay, Johnny Gillum.
And William Starr Jordan, who is not related to the family, but Johnny Glenn was Randall's nephew.
Okay. And the murders of one of the witnesses, Sarah Briscoe, was a parent girlfriend and was it was her apartment in Hilton, Oklahoma?
Yes.
Okay. Where several persons, including what's that word? Including, I'll highlight
Appellant.
it. Why do they use like
Appellant.
Why don't they use like big words that no one's heard in court documents?
Hey, if you've gone to law school, I guess you know these words. That's the appellant.
No, I read the FBI document of serial killers, and if it wasn't for the fact that I played D&D,
Then you'd never know what half those words meant.
I wouldn't know some of those words. I was like, it was like they glamored people. I'm like, isn't that how it's spelled in D&D? I had to look up. I looked up the glamour spell, and I was like,
The glamour spell is putting on people. It's basically
it's
a
charisma.
narcissistic.
Why couldn't they say charisma?
It's a narcissistic behavior that they put onto people and make them believe.
Yeah, that's exactly. But why? You could just say he was charismatic. They're charismatic.
So you've never worked in a law office. That's what I'm getting.
I took a little bit of law, but I forgot a lot of shit in my time frame too.
Okay, that's all right.
Had gathered in June 11th, 1980 to discuss the future amphetamine laboratory throughout the day.
So they
they're
were trying
meth heads.
to, yes, they were running a meth lab, and they were going to go steal some shit, man.
Yeah, and throughout the day, apparently consuming drugs and alcohol until he finally passed out in the early evening, but was not until after he was he called Jimmy Gilliam,
Gillum.
okay, in Wichita Falls, Texas.
Johnny Gillum.
Okay, I'm not good with names.
He's still in Texas locked up, so.
Yeah, when you say he was like in Dallas.
Yeah.
Okay. Requested that Gillum come to Hellington because he was needed. Yeah, I'm horrible with names. My dyslexia kicks up really hardcore sometimes.
No, yeah, he was needed to carry out the crime that was about to happen.
Yeah. When Gillum arrived, successfully awakened a parent. The two of them, and this is
William Starr
Olan,
Jordan
Robison.
took several guns from the apartment and loaded them in Sharon Briscoe's car. So then they went to these people's house.
I wonder. I wonder if that. How common is Briscoe as a last name around town?
I mean, around this town,
Yeah.
I've not heard it before.
I've heard it once.
Briscoe.
Yeah.
All right.
The reason why I'm wondering that is because there's a Catlin Briscoe that murdered a 18-month-old baby, and he was into drugs. Yes, it's the same one.
Okay. All right.
I don't
remember that.
really.
I'm not gonna get into that one.
Yeah, I don't
right
really
now.
talk about that one too much. But apparently they started the whole reason why I was like, that's not a common name.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're like related or somehow.
They might be.
Yeah.
But
apparently it started. Robinson started that he was going to get some gold or get some rich, and three men left.
Yes, they were going to rob these people, and then this whole murder spree like sprang out, right? So somebody in the house woke up and discovered that they were there, and that's how the murder started. And Randle Robison is the one who was supposedly the gunman, the one that took the fall for everything. However, there have been other testimonies outside of this years after, so I don't know how true they are, that he took the blame.
I mean, you get drugged up and everything. You just don't give a shit about your people that, and this is just my opinion, and I feel for those people that actually, they drown their whole life into drugs to the point where they do need mental help.
Right.
And the people that don't fight those demons and everything. But when you're at that state, even afterwards, you don't look at yourself like you're the most greatest, because you finally realize how horrible you were actually been.
Right.
And then I had a couple of people that like drug addicts, alcoholics on the show, and they said the same thing. It's like, after the fact, I just realized how much a piece of shit that you actually are. And I don't want to start living anymore.
Yeah.
And that's how a lot of people are. And I don't get it because I don't get like drowning myself in sorrow.
The only
like that.
reason that people think that he's the one that took the fall is because once he went to prison, and I get this, you go to prison, you find God, right? That's what you do.
Yeah, he's usually sitting right next to you in the paddy wagon.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So, no, he went to prison and he found God, right, like everybody else. And he started telling people a lot about his story. And he became best friends with the warden. And even on death row at his execution, the warden stood there and cried because he didn't think that was the right person.
Well, you got like 15. Well, usually was it the same case? Was like 15 years in the appeals? So they had like 15 years of appeals, or did they do it a little bit faster?
I don't think there were any appeals in this case. I don't think there was the money to do that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because usually on executions and it's like they give them 15 years to do appeals because.
Yeah, but you see where one of the victims drove with one of the assailants?
Okay, where were we at on that one?
Right here with Patricia Broomfield.
Okay, Patricia Blomfield was with Robinson and
no, she was with Johnny Gillum. So Johnny Gillum drove her there, or at least got her somewhere.
Later that night, when they traveled to Lake Arrowhead with where the suitcase and the gun was tossed into the water, the gun, a .38 caliber pistol, was later recovered at trial. Miss Brumfield testified that apparent. What is
The
this?
appellant told her
I think when
of
they're
a
doing
shooting people in Velma, Oklahoma. So she's supposedly one of the witnesses. However, she was one of the accomplices, and nobody ever did anything about that.
Okay. He also told her that they did not find the gold they had gone after. The appellant requested that Miss Brumfield
Who the fuck is looking for gold in 1980?
Okay.
Unless you're in California panhandling.
No. They were. Were they actually saying they were panhandling, or they were looking for gold for like the?
They were looking for monetary valuable.
Okay, so necklaces,
Yes.
earrings,
Yes.
Bracelets, that type of rings.
Yep.
Okay. He also told her that they did not find the gold they were going after, and the appellant requested that Miss Brumfield relieve a .22 pistol from John William Jordan, but she discovered that Jordan had disposed of it. Mm-hmm. Two other witnesses for the state also testified of being told by the appellant. Why don't they just say Robinson?
I don't know.
Robison that he had participated in murdering 3 people during a robbery.
Yeah. So would you, as a witness, tell somebody that you saw something and you weren't participating in it?
Most court cases that I've gone over and looked at, sometimes the witnesses can be a little bit sketchy unless they and it's all because of the adrenaline. I mean, you get like 3 people's story,
Right.
and it's usually, and you were an investigator in
Correct.
the Army, and the difference between 3
The
witnesses
truth and a lie.
is getting all those stories and
Yeah.
making a puzzle out of it
You get about 25%.
from each person, and you have to figure it out. Even in like
I got 25% all added up together.
yeah, pretty much. But even people that are in a combat, going over stuff like there is one guy he didn't even know he did all this stuff, and he was getting like I think a Silver Star. He's like, that didn't happen. It's like, no, it did happen. You were just
You get so high on adrenaline and
you're like looking
black
through a
out
paper coat.
Right. You're just like, man, I'm doing this. This is what I was meant to do. This is what I'm doing. And then you're like, man, did I fucking do that?
Yeah. Of course, it would be kind of weird. It's like, dude, you don't remember you fucked that goat? Nah, dude.
We're not in Iraq right now, so let's hush it down a little bit. So, Robert Swindorf,
Where are you at?
down.
Right here?
Oh.
Right here?
So he was one of the people.
Okay.
So there were 3 people in this house, right? They went to go rob this house, and they had it all planned out, apparently. And somebody woke up, so they killed them all. But nobody knows exactly
Who was the trigger
who
person?
the shooter was.
Okay.
And so Randle took the fall.
Okay. When the crime scene was processed, Julie was discovered in the purse beneath Avery Barquet?
Borquet.
Barquet's bed on her bed. The jeweler estimated the value between $6,000 to $8,000. It was revealed that at the trial that apparent was the Robinson.
Appellant.
What? I am not saying that. I'm gonna. Anytime I see that word, I'm gonna say Robinson. Robinson was aware of Miss Barquet's possession valuable jewelry among possessions discovered missing from the house following the murders of Robert Swiftford's watch and a .22 caliber pistol.
They got a tip that these people had money, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or they had something of value. They got a tip. That's the only reason that they went to that house.
So someone probably worked on the house or worked around the house or something like that?
I have
or?
no idea how it happened, but they knew where to go. Okay?
Okay.
And so that is the reason that they zeroed in on that house, not knowing that the occupants were in there. And then somebody woke up.
Well, that's what most. I mean, a good robber. No. Hear me out. I was watching this guy. He does security for houses now.
Yeah.
But he was like a legitimate mob robber.
Right.
Beforehand. And
you know what to look for, right?
No, this is the scary part. He would go in the person's house while they're having dinner, go upstairs, rob the people, and go out, and they wouldn't even notice him. And he wasn't. And you're thinking,
I mean,
he was
that's
a
good
skinny.
robber.
He was a skinny guy and everything. No, this motherfucker was like 400 pounds.
Oh my God.
Yes, it was.
All I can picture is the huge guy from Ghostbusters.
Oh, State Puff Marshmallow
The
Man.
Michelin Man.
No, it's State Puff Marshmallow Man.
Yeah, well, whatever his name is.
But yeah, he's like, I would go right in there, go upstairs. I know exactly where to go to. We had like fillers and everything. Come right out. Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, Randle Robison was executed on.
We'll get that for. We're gonna go through the court documents. And
Okay,
everything.
let's go.
Robinson initially
That's an appellate. Keep going.
I said Robin.
Yeah, keep going. That's just their change for motion of venue.
Oh, okay.
You can scroll down that shit. Oh.
Okay, the newspaper's accounts of the homicides did not appear to be observed to the appellant.
I want you to
Robertson.
say that word again.
No. It's Robertson. They just misspelled it.
It's
really bad.
Robison.
Robinson?
Robison without an N. No N.
Robinson?
Robison.
All right, I'm just going to point to you every time that name comes up. Or
Okay.
Anything.
The jurors each truthfully conveyed that they had been exposed to publicity concerning the crime. So this was the mistrial. The first time.
you had to on stuff like this, and if you don't know a lot about court cases and everything, but if most court cases don't actually happen in the town that they're actually the crime was done, especially if it's like
not when
horrible.
it's a big case.
And yeah, big cases is usually in different towns or cities.
But
or
then you get
states.
people like
Like Hunter
Amber McDaniel, right? She got to have her case sent out and gone to a different city because it's so well known here.
I wonder why the Casey Anthony didn't happen in the same like area.
Because the prosecutors had no idea what they were doing,
This is true.
or they would have found her daughter.
Oh yeah. Well, they just don't know where Casey Anthony hid the body.
In the back of the car.
Well, no, they found traces of hair and blood
Correct.
in the back end of the car, but they don't know where the body was stashed.
I think she dumped it in the ocean.
Glades.
Eaten by alligators.
Yep. Or during that time frame, they still had a lot of what they have now. Is it could have been like a boa constrictor or something.
Man, okay, so
I mean, the child is small enough.
I am a huge fan of snakes, and I've had snakes all my life. And a wild boa constrictor, maybe.
Yeah, they're all wild.
Maybe, but not a live child. It would have to have been a deceased child for them to eat.
Yeah, still, you got the same thing.
Right.
So that I mean, we'll just say nature took
its course.
wherever she dumped that body.
Yeah. Anyway.
But we're not going over Casey. You know she's having another kid. God damn it, I can't step away. She's having another kid.
Are you serious?
I'm fucking serious.
I saw something in the news and I was like, why is this bitch back in my news feed?
Okay, we're going. Okay.
Anyway.
Hold on. We'll sidetrack a little bit. Casey Anthony's new kid.
Oh my God, she's really having another one. Does that say job net worth?
Yes. Yes, it does. God damn it. Internet does not disappoint.
Does not ever at all.
She told Sociopath in 2017 that she likely would never have another child. Okay.
If you're dumb enough to bring another kid into this world knowing... You gotta be fucking kidding me. Okay,
I don't know.
Here's what I want to know. Who is dumb enough to impregnate this bitch another time?
Oh, her attorney.
Are you serious?
You don't know the whole thing about her and her attorney?
No.
Yes, they were fucking. That's how she got the attorney.
That's how everybody gets an attorney.
Yeah, usually you pay cash though, and not fucking axe wounds. Okay?
Fair. Anyway,
I mean, if I had to catch
I guess if she's gonna have another kid, she's gonna have one with somebody with a lot of money, and then she's probably gonna kill him too.
I wonder if she's gonna kill both.
Probably.
The attorney and
She'll
the
probably
child.
terminate the pregnancy.
God, that fucking bitch is crazy.
She's a fucking whore.
Okay.
Right.
Robinson revealed of his convictions because of the comments made by the prosecutor that the amount of the amounted to comments on Robinson's right to remain silent.
Okay, this is bullshit. This is all where they're just trying to get some more bullshit. Nothing. Keep going. That's fucking dumb.
Oh, yeah. That was another thing that you said happened. There was actually stuff that happened in Arizona, too.
Yes. So, not proud of it, but I come from a long line of losers. There were crimes that were committed in other states prior to this murder spree, what people call it anyways. And it was my uncle and it was my cousins. And they're all older than me. I don't do this shit. But anyway, they like to steal shit and rob people.
See, most of my half of the family, they're on my mom's side, and they're just a bunch of, they're past their alcoholic stuff. So, but
I'd like to say that right now, but
they're mostly race car drivers. That's what's even weirder.
My granddad was a race car driver. I told you earlier.
Yeah, my uncle, he raced in down in Dallas, and my cousin Shane Thompson, he races funny cars now.
Well, I asked you if you knew who Lloyd Ruby was.
I don't know racing. I don't know sports of any kind.
Okay, Lloyd Ruby Overpass. It's literally named after him, and you've never looked that up?
No.
All right, fuck it.
Do you know who Jack Kirby is?
A homo.
No.
I don't know.
One, he's a badass motherfucker.
I'm sorry, I don't know who Jack
He was a Army scout.
I am the worst at Army history,
No,
and
no,
yes,
no.
I know that I served, but no.
This is not even Army history. This is Army history and comic book history. Because
I don't read comic books.
See, so why? Well, it's one of those things. Is why would I I
Look,
know certain other things.
my
I
husband
expect
is
someone else to
like,
know.
"Can we go to the
certain other things.
library so I can get some more comic books?" And I'm like, "Yeah, babe." And he's like, "Do you want to come in?" I'm like, "No, I'm cool in the truck."
Readings for losers.
Loser.
But anyways, no. Jack Kirby, he was an artist and a writer for Marvel Comics. He made Captain America. He made the Fourth World, the Dark Side, and everything.
Are you gonna watch the new Batman?
The second one that's coming out?
The new one that's coming out, Robert Patterson or
already
whatever,
watched it.
the Twinkle Twinkle from Twilight. You've already watched it?
Yeah, it's on HBO Max.
Was it good?
It was really good.
Man,
If you get, and I keep on telling people this, if you get past him doing Twilight, if he never did Twilight,
right,
you
then
would
he'd
think
be something better.
You would think he was the best actor in the world because he actually is.
Right. So if he's watched the Twilight movie,
There we go. Okay. Now I totally forgot where we're at.
see, they were setting up an amphetamine laboratory.
Yeah.
And the
That
motive,
happens so much.
The motive behind the murders was robbery. They were trying to go into these people's house and just like steal their shit, right? But somebody woke up, so you can't leave one.
Yeah. That's strange that here in Burke, I talked to a lot of Burke cops when I was working in the 7-Eleven up there.
Ew.
Yeah. You need money.
I meant the Burt cops, not you.
Yeah. Every cop around here, even including the sheriff's department, does not like one faction of police department or law enforcement.
Yeah.
So
you
hear it from either ones, but they literally can drive by a house and they'll smell like people making meth.
Dude, today I was walking by and I told our apartment manager, I was like, "Hey, come in here." And I was like, "Smell that?" And she was like, "Who the fuck's smoking weed?" It ain't me, so just don't charge me. Anyways, so this Briscoe bitch was a girlfriend.
Yeah, introduced through the testimony of Sharon Briscoe and witness.
No.
For
Keep going down.
Keep going down.
Yeah,
Okay.
right there.
In another statement, Miss Briscoe explained that she slept with Robinson.
That was his girlfriend.
And he complains that this was an improper comment on his character. It was long been ruled that the state may not attack the defendant's character unless the defendant puts his character in issue by introducing evidence of good character. I don't know. At the time.
Exactly.
How old was she?
During Miss Briscoe's testimony, it's also surfaced that the appellant had a prior record.
Was on the probation of unspecified offenses?
Drugs.
Why would they unspecify the actual offenses?
I honestly don't know in a court document why they would say that, but it says here that they just dismissed it.
That's ridiculous. On any kind of
Yes.
charges, they specify it was like, oh, he was a ex-drug addict and he did
You
this,
can
this.
look on right now on the busted news feed and you'll see somebody arrested and they'll be like
prior charges.
Yes, and they'll list everything, but in an actual court, I mean, this was in 1980.
This is a murder. Yeah.
But still, why wouldn't you put that information into a legal document?
Yeah.
That makes no sense to me at all.
I mean, look at the I don't want to say the full thing because I don't want to get canceled off of all the fucking social medias. But the mishap, I think it was in Michigan, that happened with the GF.
Oh,
Okay, you got what I'm talking
I know
about.
what you're talking about.
I mean,
there.
they said all of his priors, but it was the law enforcement's fault for his death.
Right.
But if you look at all the stuff that
He did previously.
he did previously that day, and what he previously was, I mean,
That dude was a psycho.
yeah,
He was a psychopath.
yeah.
I mean, so all of this bullshit is them trying to file
they're not
motions for a new trial. So if you scroll down a little bit, keep going. No, keep going. 5 of the photographs of the victims introduced by the state at trial are claimed by the appellant to be gruesome and admitted into evidence solely to arouse the passions and prejudice of the jury.
Yeah, but that's almost every murder case.
Yeah,
and
they're
everything.
basically trying to say you're only showing this shit to persuade us.
Yes. Yes, you
That's why you show evidence, though. Like,
Yeah.
that's the entire point of it. This is still just a bunch of bullshit.
yeah, just legal mumbo jumbo magic spells.
Yep. It's apparent from the facts of the case that 3 murders created a risk of death to more than one person, as the 3 victims resided in the same house and were all present when Robison and his 2 confidants arrived to rob them.
Yeah. Which it wasn't
It was premeditated. I don't think the murders were premeditated.
but the robbery
But
was
the
premeditated.
act, yes, because they had information that these people had money or things of value, and they went to that house with weapons.
Yeah.
So that's first degree.
Yeah.
You went there premeditated. You knew what you were doing, and when you commit a felony in the act of another crime, that's premeditation, bro.
Yeah. During the second stage of the trial, the state admitted a certified judgment and sentenced the Robinson.
1973 conviction of armed robbery.
See,
so this was
they
not.
finally put in the document of where this is the unspecific that they said in the previous couple of paragraphs.
Yeah.
What he did. So he was known to do armed robbery.
Right.
So
it wasn't like he lived a life of, bliss or something.
Purity.
This is something that he's been doing.
yeah. This particular conviction supported the jury's findings.
She died, shot him between the eyes.
Yeah, Avery Barquette's death was a result of multiple gunshot wounds.
Finally, after considering whether the sentence of death is excessive or disappropriate to the penalty imposed in similar cases, which the third determination that this court must make, we conclude that it's not. But, keep going. Nope.
Where?
We find the assessed death penalty is neither excessive now.
Furthermore, the factors that existed in the
You're
case
still on Johnny Glenn.
Oh.
You're not on Olan.
Where are we at?
You're on Johnny Glenn. That's why he's still in jail.
Oh, okay.
Top.
Right here?
No. In your Google searches.
Oh, right here?
Yep.
Oh, no, right
no,
there.
not that one.
Yeah, there we go.
So scroll down to the sentencing. And
That's the title.
because they assumed he was the mastermind behind all of this. He pled guilty.
Yeah, according to the appellant, original court appointed counsel who was called by the state on rebuttal. A plea bargain had been negotiated under which the defendant would be allowed to plead guilty to one count of
one count instead of 3.
And the state would dismiss the other 2 counts of murder and assist in securing permission for the appeals to serve his sentence in federal penitentiary. However, the agreement was pre-dedicated upon the appeal telling the truth concerning of the crimes.
3 investigators were present at the interview to evaluate the information disclosed by the appellant of the light of the facts already known to the state and to formulate a recommendation.
So,
can you do Olan Randle sentencing?
Should be in this one.
That's Johnny.
No, this is Olan.
Oh.
I switched it. Should be in this one somewhere.
It should be at the bottom. Nope.
That is medical examiner.
Plaintiff's death occurred in place of penal incarceration, and his body was... Oh, see, that's after he died.
Yeah, I'm going to move this man around.
Nope. Wait, go down just a little. The body will not be autopsied. Okay. That's his death certificate, I guess.
Okay. In disposing of the first portion of the plaintiff's third assessment of error, the majority holds that the issue is barreled by yes. What the?
What? What are you reading?
Right here.
Oh.
Stephen Hawking.
The rest judicial. Okay,
I have Stephen Hawking helping us out from Beyond the Grave. Hold on.
Oh, well, sorry. So, do you want me to tell you what it means, or are you going to Google it?
No. What does it mean?
It basically means that the judgment has already been final and that it was concluded by that judgment. Res judicial is back then.
However, for the reasoning of stated below, I would also note that there appears to have been no conflict of interest regarding appeal counsel representation for the complainant.
Oh.
So he wasn't giving appeals.
No, because he wasn't freaking snitching.
Oh, okay. The records revealed that in 1977...
He pled guilty.
Pled guilty.
Yeah. And that he was read of his rights and advised that he'd be put on death row.
Okay, you wanted sentencing.
There you go.
Okay, I agree that the judgment and sentencing should be affirmed.
So he did appeal it. He appealed it several times, I guess.
Yeah.
But the sentencing is... Why do they make this shit so hard to read, man?
It's lawyer speak. Like I said, lawyer spells. Bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is the photographs and everything. One of the states.
Yeah, but it just doesn't get to the point of his sentencing.
Okay, I think this is it.
The first determination is whether the death penalty was imposed under the influence of passion, prejudice, or any other arbitrary factor. We have carefully reviewed the transcript in this regard and find it devoid of prejudice or bias. And while it is true that the victims reside in a small community where there may be a strong feeling concerning a crime such as this, we are confident that the penalty imposed was not influenced by passion. So they imposed it.
Well, basically what they're saying on this one.
They're saying that the defense tried to say, we have all of this, and they were like, fuck you, bro. You killed all these people. We don't fucking care. You're going to death.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to put it in a short story.
Pretty much. Second, a determination must be made whether the evidence supported the jury's findings of substantially aggravated circumstances. The following
They were found the defendant knowingly created a great risk of death to more than one person. The defendant had previously been convicted of a felony involving the use or threat of violence to the person, and the existence of a probability that the defendant would commit crime, acts of violence that would constitute a continuing threat to society. Additionally, a fourth aggravated circumstance. So he was fucking charged with aggravated.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was aggravated. I mean, once you carry a weapon into a crime scene,
when you go rob somebody and you're like, yo, bro, I'm just here for the jewelry. By the way, here's my AK.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that's what he had, but you know what I mean?
No.
Like, hey, I showed up to the party. I got another clip, bro.
Magazine, but okay.
It's the same.
No, clips are only used.
You sound like my husband. I'm not even talking about this right now. We're done.
So there was three people, not two people during these crime scenes.
Three people, not two.
What happened to the third guy? They didn't have any kind of document on the third guy. You think he like spilled everything out?
No, I don't think that's what it was. I think they kind of gave him a pass.
That's a weird pass.
Yeah, I'm not going to be like, what's up, alley-oop, bitch? Here's the murder charge. Like, that's not going to be me.
If his name isn't a common name.
I know his name. I'm not going to tell you.
William Starr Jordan. That was the other person. That's in the court documents. Yeah, my allergies are getting...
Bro, this shit's fucking gross.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, man, what's up?
Maybe pardoned this week. What?
Uh-huh. Click on it. And
Former death row inmate may be pardoned this week. And this was September 13th, 2007. I hate these fucking websites.
See, now they're saying a kidnapping and killing of a woman.
Okay, so he was... Yeah, this is the same case.
Yep. So, Gillum, that would be my cousin.
Yeah. He was executed in 1992. Serving a life sentence in the deaths. I guess he's still alive.
No way.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure he's like 90 fucking years old, bro. I mean, maybe like 70 or something. I don't know how old
No,
he
it's
is.
not showing anything else on this guy.
Yeah.
Let's see.
What
here.
did I tell you about the documents being wiped away? Well, that's not him, the old white man in the Wikipedia picture. That's not him. Yep. That's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Duncan, Oklahoma.
Stevenson County District.
Two British women and an Oklahoma man.
Let me...
See, he was 29.
No, that was Johnny.
I know. And now
He was
still,
25. So
But-
he's still alive. He could be still alive.
I think he probably got like COVID or something. I don't know. I've never heard of him.
Yeah. Man, they don't give you any kind of information. The
At
victims will
all, man. This shit's whack.
I'll give you a tidbit, but that's it. Can't give you can't give you the full stuff.
Execution of convicted.
That was David Starr Jordan.
That's it.
No, it's just his co-defendant.
No, that's him. Olan Randle Robison.
I don't want.
Mother F. Why do you have to subscribe to this shit? I thought the internet was free.
No, that's Okay, let me see here. I can't get past that.
Anyways, that's it. Except for he was executed in
2019.
No.
No.
1990 something.
Oh no, your uncle was executed in 1992,
Yes.
and this guy,
Oh, William Starr Jordan?
yeah,
Okay.
I guess he's still around from like 2019. So
Yeah, I don't know. Fucking old man walking. He's probably coughing up dust.
and nothing else. Let me see here.
Well, that says 2007. Slayings recalled as execution of Robison nears. That's my uncle right there.
Yeah, but there is no other documents saying he's alive or dead. So it's one of those things. There's a weird thing that happens in a lot of serial killers. They won't get like popularity unless the people that he killed, if it was like really, really stupid, gruesome.
Right.
Or if the person that was murdered, or the people that he murdered were
Famous.
beautiful women.
Same.
Yeah.
Like I was telling you earlier, you don't know the history of Candyman. I don't think you want to. So
I have to go over a lot of stuff. But no, Andrea from Night Shift, I have it on the podcast a couple of times. She asked me, have I ever heard of the Anthill Kids?
you've never heard of them?
No, I've heard of them now.
Well,
I
but
went
you've
over
never
them.
heard of them before?
Did you hear? No, I don't advocately.
You have an entire
don't
book
advocately-
of mysteries of the criminal mind.
Okay, I go
here,
over-
and you don't even know.
You know what my criminal expertise on certain stuff?
What?
Con artist. I like con artists because they're intelligent. But
So you really just make podcasts about criminals that you look up,
yeah,
but you really don't know the back history on this.
a lot
stuff?
of the stuff I go over, and it's nothing to discredit on a lot of people that do like a shit ton of research.
Right.
Like there's people out. I don't have that time. Work and everything. Yes, I know, and I'll set up time frames to where you can do this a little bit more often, and we'll go over whatever you suggest, and depending on if I've already covered them or not.
I know it sounds weird, but murders are like my thing. I mean, my degree is in forensics.
It's women in general. I understand that you come from that kind of background and everything.
I will find your ex-girlfriend's mom's ex-boyfriend, and all I gotta know is their name, man.
Yeah, but the thing on, like, I don't know, murderers and everything like that. They don't seem appealing because they don't seem that intelligent at times. And some of them are very intelligent, like not Ed Gein, Kemper. Kemper was very intelligent.
And not only was
Did you know he did
intelligent.
Did you know he did voiceovers for Star Wars?
Yes.
I was like, someone told me that. I was like, really?
Have you never seen? It's like a Netflix documentary, and it's how the whole FBI started, right?
Yeah, it was.
I can't
Mindhunters.
remember. Yes, Mindhunters, right? And they go and they interview Ed Kemper,
Yeah.
and they're like,
the guy they got to play him almost
oh my
dead
God.
ringer.
Dude, I was like, that's a fucking crazy bitch right there.
No, the guy that played Ed Kemper, he's like
They're
dead ringer for the guy.
Yes. Looks exactly like him. And if you study his mannerisms, which I know most people
There's a lot
don't.
There's a lot of
but
videotape of him.
Exactly.
Interviews and everything.
And I've studied a lot of, not just him, but serial killers. That sounds totally morbid right now.
Well, okay, most women do that. It's not because of your background. It's because
I
it's
don't
more or less the
think
fact
that
it's
most women do. I think
a good percentage. I got 80,
intelligent women do.
not even intelligent women. I'm talking about most of my for the serial killer podcast. 86% of them are women listening to this show.
Yeah, because we want to know if you're gonna fucking come and kill me or not.
I don't think it's that.
And-
We me and Andrea and her boyfriend BC, we went over like the. No, it was me and Andrea that did it. We went over like because there's certain killers like Bonnie and Clyde and the Ken and Barbie, killers and everything. Why would we went over the fact? I mean, even Ted Bundy.
Right.
I mean, they went over the fact of
Ted Bundy was a bitch.
Yeah, but we went over the fact of how women like have a relationship with somebody, and one of the factors was because of the point that they don't fit, if they give them the love and compassion and everything that they need, they won't kill them, and they also have a protector that they know for a fact will kill for them. To protect them.
I can see that.
That was our assumption on that, and it makes sense.
It does make
It's
sense
sad,
to
but
a
it
point.
makes sense.
Now, the reason that I don't know if it's like an infatuation or whatever it is with serial killers, I want to know who to look for and
I can see that.
what
Oh.
to see. Now, I've worked, like I said, in a morgue for 9 years and was a criminal investigator, and I just read people, I think, but once I start to talk to people, that's when you really get to know their personality. And diving into these serial killer mindsets let me know, like, yeah, man, you kind of sketchy. You ordered a Jameson? We ain't talking tonight, bro.
Drinks are a factor too.
Drinks are a factor. I'm also a bartender.
No, okay. I don't know. Well, it's another factor to look at is if, and it's sad because I like to practice with the 22 because I just get because I'm still in the basic stage.
Okay. So you've never hold that like in your hand and we're like, yeah, man, this is for me.
Only once.
Well, you were
and that
Air
was
Force, right?
Well, I was also a cook, but I've actually no. Okay, you laugh, but I'm all
not.
my infantry friends
Yeah.
that's been in the same time frame and everything, I'm the only person that's seen combat.
Hey, you know what? You
And-
gotta eat.
Well, no, we were actually coming back from a detail to bring food to the base. We're in a caravan, and one of the Humvees hit IED, and then they were coming down and started shooting and everything. And I didn't even have a gun at that point, and the only reason why I ended up shooting was because
How do you not have a gun in a combat zone?
I was only there for 2 weeks as an Air Force personnel to be cooking and set up their base.
Right. But when you
And
go into a combat zone,
They don't issue. I still had the Vietnam flak vest and the Vietnam helmet. I was not essential.
I think I still have mine.
I was not essential.
Look, essential personnel has to come onto base when it's fucking snowing and you're the lead of a clinic just to call people and tell people you shouldn't come in for your appointment even though base is closed. Why the fuck am I here? Why am I telling people not to come in? They know because the gate's closed.
But hear me out. I was nowhere far beyond what I was, and I ended up having because the guy we were at a stopping point because of the IED. We didn't drive past or anything, so we got out. I didn't get out. I was like, "No, this is y'all
This
do
is
you."
not for me. I'm cooking.
Y'all do you, boo boo. And Guy got shot in the leg, so I had to drag him out of the cab. That's the only time frame I got the weapon, and I ended up shooting. I was just like grabbing his fucking magazines from his chest.
I can't believe they would send somebody into a combat zone without a weapon unless you're an officer.
Well, here's the thing. The new facility type thing that they decided to issue this base, I was the one that helped work on it, on its final processes. We got it at the base that we were at in Bahrain.
Okay.
And because I was the person that knew how to run it, I ran it there, and they're like, "Oh, we have another one in Afghanistan." I was like, my first thought was like, they're shooting each other over there.
Have you seen Israel and Iran right now?
Yeah,
Like
Israel and
Hamas. Hey,
Hamas.
did you know that Mia Khalifa got banned from Playboy? They deleted all of her shit because she posted a comment and about Hamas and said, instead of holding it vertical, why don't you flip it this way so I can see more bodies?
She's a fucking cunt. She used to live down in Austin area.
She was one of my patients at the dental clinic that I managed.
Really?
By the way, her name's not Mia Khalifa.
What is it?
Also, she was married to a guy in the army and used his insurance.
Really? But she's a fucking cunt.
Oh, she's a cunt. By the way, the funniest story is
Why is it you get bolted on tits, you become a cunt?
the doctor that I worked for is from that area of the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
She was not very hip to the, porn industry or whatever. So she had this girl come in because she had so many followers on social media and she wanted to boost up the new dental clinic.
Yeah.
It was Mia Khalifa. So when she came in, I was like, what the fuck?
When are we just starting hiring porn stars?
And then she was like, don't tell anybody her real name. And I was like, okay. And this is her entrance. And I was like, okay, whatever. Her dad came to me and was like, that's a porn star. I was like, yes.
No. It's one of those moments. It's like, one, I'm not even going to go into how you know that shit. And two,
she has
I'm not
a bounty.
going on how you know that shit.
He told me because she has a bounty on her head.
Yeah, from Pakistan.
Yes. Okay, so.
Well, not Pakistan. Fucking one of the...
Lebanon. But anyways, yes, he told me, and he told me to get that out of the office. And so she posted this on social media to boost up her new dental practice, which her dad funded, by the way. And the next day...
So her dad funds porn stars now?
He was pissed. Her mom came to me, and she still wears the hijab and everything.
Yeah.
And she came to me, and she was like, who is this? That she works for money, sex? And I was like, yeah. And she was like,
we
get
all
her
know
out of
this.
here.
Yeah, we're not...
And I was like,
we're not surprised.
I don't know what you want me to do. I'm just a white girl over here. Like, your daughter's the one that asked her to come in. She came in with her freaking manager, who's a chubby, fat white boy. And I was like, how does this even work? And she came in to get her teeth whitened, right? So we have her over in the chair, and her manager's like with the phone, doing all the videos for her screen time or whatever the fuck it is. And the whole time I'm like, oh my God, I've seen your boobs before and your vagina. And my doctor has no idea who the fuck you are.
I would have given a little bit of clarity. I'm like, hey.
Oh, no, I waited until the next day, and I was like, hey, did you post that online? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, you should take it down. Nope. So
You know she works her both lips, right? I would have had so much fun with that.
I did I'm not gonna lie, like
What?
Patient confidentiality. Bro, my Snapchat was lit. I'm just saying.
But no,
Just saying.
every person I've ever known that does like the social media stuff and
Right.
everything, they were in like contact and it was like, hey, we almost had her on, and I was like, what stopped it? She's a fucking cunt. Every one of them.
And she's actually a really nice person.
To a point. If
Well,
you look at
I mean,
if you
she
look at
was
her
in-
social stuff,
Right.
she's a cunt.
No, she's an absolute fucking bitch. But in person, and I don't know if it's because I was using her army husband's insurance or whatever, but she was super nice and respectful. But, you know, I
Well,
guess
it's like-
I would be too if I was pushing for 2 million followers.
Well, look at Wayne Newton. Okay?
Dick.
Let me finish. Look at Wayne Newton. You see all of the publicity he does and everything like that. You'd think he was the nicest guy and everything.
He's the biggest asshole that people have probably ever met.
I was in Bahrain doing the USO show.
Oh, where
And-
he came?
And yes. And Drew Carey stayed up at the naval base because he's ex-Marine.
Right.
Talking to everybody. He was taking time, getting photos and everything like that, signing autographs, you know, meeting the people.
Being public.
Being public. Well, he ran probably about an hour late, where by the time we got all of our guys, because we had like Jay Leno, Dwight Isaac, not Dwight Isaac, is it Dwight Isaac? Guy that played, the original guy that played Wicked Games. Chris Isaac.
Okay.
Dwight Yokel.
I don't watch TV.
No, they're singers.
I don't know who that is.
That's all right. Well, anyways, Cedric the Entertainer, all those guys.
Right.
Not the, name
Yeah.
dropping everything. These are the people that I had to, we drove to the airport. We
Right.
got those guys. And then they were like, hey, we have another one at the Navy base. Can you pick them up and bring them back over here? I was like, oh, we don't do anything for 12 hours. This is actually the most,
Excitement that I'm gonna get.
yeah, because
probably, like, all day.
I'm usually like throwing away trash all day. That was my job, and we'll get into that later. We ended up going to the base. It's like, oh, it's Drew Carey. Well, we were laughing it up, telling stories. He was doing his what happened to him when he was doing training and everything, and we were going. I was going over the stupid shit that I've done in my life. We were
right.
oh, man.
You just
If-
going back and forth.
It would stereo of laughter in that vehicle.
Right.
We were having fun. We were bonding as friends.
Right.
Freaking, we get to the airport.
So he's a person.
Oh yeah, he's fucking awesome. I would, if it came around to it, and me and him hanged out again, I would just like, oh, we're gonna have some fun tonight.
Who's the biggest asshole you've ever met?
Wayne Newton.
Bruce Willis.
I never met Bruce Willis.
I did. He was the guest speaker at an army ball.
Oh, really?
This motherfucker was so drunk, you could have probably blew, and he would have fallen off the stage.
Yeah, I believe that.
Biggest asshole ever.
But we get to the airport, and Wayne Newton just rushes right in and just fucking reams Drew Carey. And I was talking to my buddy Max. I was like, Max, you want me to punch the shit out of him? Yeah, I know. I have a lot of Maxes. I was going.
I love
Hey.
Max.
I was going. Hey, you want me to Wayne Newton? I'm all for it. And it was like he's like Dave, when you make friends don't you? It's like
That's right.
because he had an altercation with some guy, and I was like, I'm like that white chick from Waterboy that saw him with the sign. It's like, you want me to kill them? Yeah,
That's me, bro. That's me.
totally fine with that.
That's me with
It's like, you want
all
me to
of my
kill him?
friends.
But
I got it. I
yeah,
got it.
yeah, totally fine. We'll tone it down to, I'm at 11. We'll tone it down to like 5 or 6. How about that?
Yeah, I'm still gonna be at a 9, but anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, he just rained on and everything, and he was like, hey, I'm sorry. I mean, got caught up with all. I mean, any vet that gets a hold of other vets, no matter what your stash is
You
and
connect.
everything, you connect.
You
and
connect.
You feel that
Absolutely.
camaraderie.
1%.
Yeah.
Right? All right. We got this shit. Like, you could be the biggest asshole to everybody else. And I'm like, yo, bro, you served? And he'd be like, yeah. And I'd be like, what's up?
We're bonded by trauma.
But no,
At that instant, we're bonded by trauma.
That's exactly what
It's
it
like,
is.
we're
though.
getting bonded by trauma.
And
Let's go.
And it's not even like, and people don't understand, like, man, why are you
Oh, dude.
friends with all these people? Like, are you fucking hoe? And I'm like, no, bitch, it ain't got nothing to do with that.
When we were
Like,
at NASCAR.
we're gonna kill people together.
When we're at NASCAR, and and we they just reamed the holy hell out of me because I was tired. I'm night shift.
You
and
were
I
not
was,
there.
I was not there.
You're like, I'm trying to be, and give me more coffee.
just to get the area of effect of what we are together around each other is he's like, right now I want to be the guy at your funeral that knew he could have done something to prevent your murder or your death. I'm like, dude, that's
I got
fucked
you,
up.
man. So you know what I think of? Like, that's like when, and especially if it's a chick. Like, if it's a chick, it's even super cool, right?
Chick vets,
Because
I kind of got it like a.
it depends
it's
on who
nothing-
they are.
And it's nothing against you or
No,
anything.
you're
I'm not
good.
saying that this is the way you are, but most of them are alpha women, or they perceive themselves as
And
alpha
then they're
women,
little bitches.
and they're just cunts.
Yes,
And I'm like,
exactly.
seriously, are you done?
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, catch me on a drunk night. But anyways,
Yeah, I've seen that face, and
what I like about you ever heard of the 5 monkeys jumping on the bed?
we won't do that joke on this podcast.
Okay, well,
That-
that is what I feel like vets are when you get together.
Okay, you're not
And
doing
it's
the
no,
racist
no, it's
one.
not a joke. No,
You're
it's
not
not,
the-
a racist one.
Well, I was like, whoa,
No.
time step on that one.
No. I'm talking about when you get vets together and you all click, you're the 5 monkeys jumping on the bed, just doing whatever the fuck you want, and everybody clicks, right? And if one falls off, like, I got you, bitch, come on.
Yeah.
Like,
It's and
and
I'm
then we're
trying.
also fucked up in the head, right? Like, one of us is down and you're like, no, bro, you can't be down.
Well, I
and
had
then
a-
the next day you're like, fuck, man, my life sucks.
No, I had to explain because I was doing open mics for a while just to get that off of my
Right.
bucket list. And we had this one dude that he came out to smoke with me, and I was just talking to these bikers, and we're having a good conversation. It's like, man, you really bonding with those bikers. How'd you do that? Aren't they supposed to be like? I was like, you don't understand, man. The original Hell's Angels were a bunch of Vietnam vets that felt they didn't have that kind of camaraderie.
Camaraderie.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
And they bonded. And since then, they still have most bikers have that kind of
Right.
bond. And doing that, I already had that kind of bond and everything. And my dark jokes, they were like,
Resonated with them.
it kind of did. They kind of they my jokes are one of those jokes. You're like, haha, oh, I should not have laughed at. Let's bring that shit in. Ooh.
Who's laughing?
It was like,
They're laughing. Okay, we can laugh now.
those people. Well,
Those are my people.
and it's just really, really, really off basis stuff. And he's like, well, and I told him the story of like the Hells Angels and everything, and the bikers was like, oh, he knows his shit.
Remember when I was telling you about my family?
Yeah, how they're shit back crazy.
Welcome to the Hells Angels
Yeah, I figured as much.
and Banditos.
No, the Bandidos was like the Mexican ones. Yeah. Oh, half and half. Yeah.
Yeah, half and half, bro.
Well, as long as you don't, in that kind of
Let's just say that I'm going to be good if I ever get into a bike fight. But I won't because I don't ride a bike or
Hang out with those people.
go to bars anymore.
I don't see the point of bars anymore.
I really don't either. Like,
It's like a friend of mine was like, "Hey, you want to get a woman? Why don't you go up to a bar?" I'm like,
okay, first of all, that's not the woman that I want.
No, exactly. They have like if they have tattoos of red flags and everything, they're already going through my phone and starting a list of which women to kill and everything.
If women are going through your phone, then that's already like
it's called psychosexual. I'm very attracted to the psycho one.
All right, so you have a type.
Yes.
All right, so don't go to bars or anywhere in Wichita Falls. I'm just saying.
No, a friend of mine is like, man, you don't have that bad of luck. We went on New Year's Eve with him and his girlfriend, and this chick ended up talking with me, and they're like, oh, okay, so she seems nice,
right? Maybe you got
one. Until we fully, and I told him like she went away to go do something, and she came back when she went away. I was like, whatever you do, don't go on. Just listen to the conversation. What's about to happen? He's like, what? I'm smelling the crazy. She thought she was a vampire. She wanted a vial. She wanted a vial at the end. This is going towards the end.
What kind of bars do you go to?
I went to the deep end.
Okay. Funny story. No.
No, let me finish mine. Hold that thought. She wanted a vial of my blood so she can drink it later on if we did anything that day. And this is the crown. This is where she got her diamond art. This is the crown jewel on there. She thought Nazi Germany was not that bad.
Cool. So, like, I really want to text Jason right now and see if he has a video from that.
No, it was at their old establishment.
Oh, okay. So, talk about the deep end. I don't pick up women from bars or anybody from bars, but you know, the hubby and I were out, we're having a good time, and another couple tried to pick us up at the bar.
No. And
I was like, no.
Was it your first time?
The first time that we were there?
No. First time that happened.
No. First time here in Wichita Falls.
Funny story. Okay. And Maria was on this. I'll tell the first story. Maria was with me, and she's our super fan. She listens to us, and sometimes she comes on the show. Very, very wonderful woman. But I came to Graham Central Station when I was stationed at Dias with my girlfriend.
You do not even know what Graham Central Station is.
I'm not even getting into that part.
How old are you?
40,
old
44.
enough.
I'm about to be 45 next month.
Shit, man.
Yeah, I'm
You're
old.
young.
I'm old.
All right.
But let me finish the story. Me and my girlfriend at the time, we were at we came down here to visit my family and everything. She wanted to go out for the night. She had like a nice outfit and everything.
Right.
She wanted to look nice for me. So we went out to Grand Central Station.
Here in Wichita Falls?
Yeah. She went dancing. I don't really dance all too much.
I couldn't tell.
Yeah. Well, I can dance now a little bit because of that night I started figuring out how to dance. She goes dancing. She comes back, and the guy that she was just out on the dance floor. No guy was like trying to rub up on her or anything. It was, checking.
She was just having a good time.
She was having a good time. She comes back and everything, and we're loving up on each other. We're having that moment and everything. And this dude comes up. It's like, hey, how y'all doing? Y'all doing really good? I was like, yeah, we're having fun. And he was like, hey, y'all interested in a threesome? And I'm like,
Not today, homie.
Nah. And she looked at me. She's like, we're leaving, aren't we? We're definitely leaving right now.
So you went to Graham Central Station here?
Yeah. Well, they also have one in Abilene.
No, but you went to the one here that used to be open. It's now Vernon College because apparently strippers need education too.
Don't talk on the strippers. Anyways, second time, Maria came down to visit. I was doing an open mic. She came down to visit. She wanted to hang out with me and everything. Because she has to stop. Her job is to drive campers.
Okay.
Okay. So she's all over the place. And then she came down here. She's like, hey, I want to go to your open mic and I want to hang out with you and have some fun. I was like, yeah. We're cool like that. And after the open mic, I was talking to the people that were laughing at the jokes and everything.
Right.
And she was off talking to these other people because I was basically there just to make sure that if anything
happened
that was a little bit too much for her, take her side, we leave.
Yeah, right.
We're done.
Got it. That's awesome.
And what was bad is just like I saw that she was uncomfortable, so I went up to like, hey, Maria, how's it going? You doing all right? She's like, yeah. I was like, all right, cool. And he goes like, oh, is she with you? It's like, yeah, she's with me. And she goes like, hey, I'm gonna go pay the tab. I was like, all right, cool, no problem. This dude goes up, is like, hey, I got some ketamine and I got some weed and everything at the house.
Not the special K, man.
That's not the weird part.
Oh my God.
The weird part was like, hey, if y'all come over and everything, we can do some drugs and everything. If you want, you could fuck me so I can fuck her.
Where's the check? Check.
Oh.
Check, please.
Oh, no. It wasn't that. It was, And I walked to Maria. I was like, we're leaving fucking now. Leave cash. I don't give a shit, but pay the fucking shit. And she knows me as the nice, wonderful person and everything
and you were
like that.
we're going now, bitch.
I finally dropped my
Not
balls.
Comfortable.
We were going over the whole thing of I finally dropped my balls and I have finally reached manhood. This is what she's seeing right then and there. Even though I have a kid and everything, she's like, shit, my husband, he didn't exhume that kind of manhood. If your husband was with me at the time, what happened? But we're in the car.
That man just asked me to
No.
fuck me in my ass.
No. He wanted me to.
Oh, I'm sorry. He wanted to.
At this point.
Know where I met my first husband.
She was freaking out. I was like, what happened? I was like, we're going in the car now. She was like, oh, he's being manly. We need to leave. David doesn't be manly unless there's a situation.
Oh my God.
She figured this out. Because we get in the car. We get in the car. It's like what happened? She was the concerned person at this point. She was like,
I've never seen you like that.
I was like, it's like, and I was like, in the car, no. Wait, she pays the stuff, or I don't think she paid the stuff.
Oh, y'all just left? Okay.
But I know the person at the bar.
Right, yeah,
She
totally
come
cool.
up and to me and was like, hey, y'all didn't pay your tab. I was like, okay, I'll pay the tab.
Yeah, right.
No big deal.
Yeah.
So I wasn't in an uncomfortable situation. We left, and we get in the car. And this bar is on Old Isle Park Road. It's O'Brien's Sports Bar.
On Old Iowa Park?
Yeah, it's over by going into East Side.
Okay.
East Scott.
Okay.
It's that little turn.
Yeah.
Where
past the softball fields when you go out past Shepherd Access. All right,
Yeah.
got it.
Crank It.
Yes, Crank It Karaoke.
Okay.
P3.
Yes.
Okay.
Anyways, well, we get in the car. We get near United, past the lights and everything on that road. And then I tell her what happened. She lost it. She lost it. She just basically broke down, tears in her eyes. She could barely breathe. I thought she was having an asthma attack.
She was laughing at
She
you.
wasn't like, and she doesn't have asthma. She was just having that much of an attack. And
Because it was funny.
oh yeah, it was fucking hilarious. What's really sad though is that's how. As like a friend of mine's like, man, there's a woman right there. Why don't you pick her up? And I was like, dude, you want to know my luck? It's like, yeah. And I was, I was carrying at the time. I was like, I'll pick up the chick. We'll get in the car and we'll just take her. We'll take her wherever she needs to go. It's like, you could do that. I was like, yeah, I can do that. I can smell. I could do that right now. He's like, what are you talking about? I was like, I talked to her and everything like that and give her a ride. She just needed to go to the downtown bus station.
Right. Classy.
We get in the car.
You know, we didn't have bus stations when I grew up here.
Yeah. It was outside of town.
Not here.
No, in Wichita Falls. No. It was outside of town.
Anyways,
so we drive her to the bus station, and the conversation we had when she gets out of the car, we drive off. He goes, okay, I can see how bad your luck is. And this is the time frame where the Patterson incident happened.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about.
And the father.
Right.
Yeah.
Correct. Yes.
And
they just sold all of his cars, man.
yeah.
All right. Anyways, yeah.
And she had been apparently his lover, and she knew that she was murdered. And she knew that the son might have done, even though he was locked up at the time.
Oh, he definitely had something to do with that shit.
But no, the father actually ended up.
No, I know he did. Yeah,
but no, and she had all the. I was like, so do you understand the reason why I don't fucking date? He's like, I can see that. I could. How? I was like.
I just know, man. I can see it in their eyes.
I can see the gerbil like moving around and trying to find the wheel, but still going in a circle like it's in the wheel.
Yeah, guess where I met my first husband?
Funny Farm.
Graham Central Station.
Oh. We did it. We actually.
And now my kid is 19 and he's perfect. So, anyways.
We actually did this. A friend of mine, when I used to go there, I was kind of regular. Yeah. We'll cut it after this. But we did a quick study because he was like, man, because he wore a wedding ring when we went up there. He wasn't married or anything.
Yeah, but that gets you more chicks, right?
We did the study. The first day we didn't have wedding bands.
And then you do. And then chicks are like, hey, man, where's your wife? Oh, she's not here.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Exactly.
Bitches are fucking ruthless, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, oh, my man. Nah, you need to watch your girl. First of all, she be the one over there talking to people.
Yeah. Well,
I know
it's
how
because.
bitches are.
Well, I think doing that little experiment thing, I think what it is basically they know they're not going to get attached and they can have a one-night stand with that person.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never been.
Think about it.
I've never been attracted to a wedding ring, so like I don't know that, but I'm super interested in knowing like what other female.
Well, it's also the fact that another female.
I think
felt
like a
that
man. Okay.
Okay.
So let's just get that out of the way right now.
Yeah.
So like when guys are like, oh, this is what I think most chicks do, or this is what chicks do when they're single. And I'm like, what fucking chicks do you know? Like, I do not do that. I've never done that. Like,
well, it's a two-part thing. It's that one thing that another woman has an attraction to that. So why am I not doing with that?
right.
And the second part is the basic fact that,
Don't get it. But there's no commitment there. Like,
Yeah,
I get
it's-
that, I guess. I think maybe I have commitment issues because I could never do that. I don't know.
and I know we're going to wrap this up, but I honestly believe that it's one of those things from like the caveman era to where one man had multiple partners.
That's a lot of
it's
different
more
eras,
animalistic. It's more animalistic, and some people still have that animalistic intentions.
But do you
inside of them.
know that modern day religion is the only religion that does not have multiples?
Well, unless you're thinking of Islamic and
If you
Mormons.
look at Odinism and you
well,
look at
was it is it Mormonism?
it's just Mormon.
Mormon?
But yes, Mormonism. They and that's not all of them. I'm not going to categorize anybody, but yes. The inevitable thing about religion is that you procreate, right?
Yeah.
And so there's a man, and the man is supposed to be that one of strength and the one that gives off and the one
Yeah.
that breeds, and that's what it is. And so he may have multiple women that do that, and that has been in religion. If you look at it going back, I'm sorry, I studied this for maybe like 4 years, but multiple religions. And then you go into not modern times like today, but then men had more relationships with men and the breeding was only for the women. And that's when it became to one woman.
We're going to have to cut off of the topic right now, only because we could probably go, like your husband said, we could go out for like 3 hours.
I could talk to you for like ever now.
But we'll go ahead and cut it off with that. And thank you very much for coming on. Well, we'll do this again. All right, everybody. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for watching. Goodbye.